guys, this is really important for you to understand. I'm on here as a guest, and I'm on many other shows as a guest. That when I do that, I'm running for my campaign, okay? But when I'm on as a host, that's my daytime job. So some people are mechanics, some people are, for most of the people running, they're usually some sort of lobbyist, consultant, disguised as a politician, etc. right? So for me, I have to earn a living. So I'm going to stay on the show, but I am not allowed to talk about things that are directly related to the Democratic primary. I can comment about all the other news, and I can even comment about Biden and Harris. And by the way, if you notice in the last week, I've given Biden a ton of credit for some of the things that he's done, the student debt relief, the job numbers are great. I think I make a better case for Biden than he does, right? And that's part of why he's such a bad candidate, even though he has had some accomplishments. But so we religiously are going to keep that separate, okay?
All right, so I wanted to allow the audience to weigh in a little bit. I don't want to be all negative, so I'll read the positive comments as well, starting with 420 JR Man, who says, vote for Cenk Uygur. Our POTUS 24. Progressive Bandito says Cenk 2024. Fortnite Pro, AKA Be Kind Dragon, says, I'm voting for you because we must win. Lisa Schuster, he needs to tell us how he pronounces his last name.
Yeah, that's super fair. It's for those of you who are new to it, and for a lot of people that are older to it. Okay, my name is difficult. Cenk, this is pronounced like a J, Cenk, and then Uygur, Cenk Uygur. Okay, and it's cenkforamerica.com. Yes, it's CENK foramerica.com. But don't worry, we got almost all the spellings, so you can spell it any way you like, and you'll probably get to us anyway.
Patches the Fury is concerned that you running in a Democratic primary is going to help Trump win. What is your response to that?
So two things, guys. I'm going to be the main Democrat in the race actually running against Trump. So, nothing against Marianne Williamson, but her voice just can't get out, right? And it's not her fault, but it hasn't, right? So, but Biden refuses to run against Trump. He refuses to run against McCarthy and Scalise and all these guys. When's the last time you heard Biden take on Kevin McCarthy? Maybe never, right? Isn't that amazing that the leader of the Democratic Party will not fight the Republicans? I'm gonna get in the race, whichever show I go on, not just this show, but the other shows that'll have me on. I'm gonna explain. Donald Trump is a little tiny baby. He bankrupted 6 different companies. His daddy gave him money. Here, I have a nickname for Donald Trump already. See, already, like no other Democrat would do that. Oh, that's not classy. We just sit here and lose in a super classy way. Well, I'm not classy, okay? So his name from now on is Spoiled Donnie. So Spoiled Donnie got $413 million from his dad, and then he sucked his thumb until he lost it all. Total, utter loser. The weakest man in America, the most insecure, most thin-skinned man in America. And he sucks at everything he does. Everyone here, 40 out of 44 cabinet officials that served under his term will not endorse him. Because if you're in a room with Donald Trump, you realize what a lunatic, what a madman. And now he's going around saying that he's going to destroy our government. He thinks he's going to suspend our Constitution. For God's sake, Democrats, run against Donald Trump. So that's what I'm going to do. And so, but guys, I promise you that if it looks like, oh my God, no, the Democrats coalesce again, and they're like, no, we want to lose with Biden. We'd rather lose with Biden than have a real candidate. And besides which, Trump's going to do a giant tax cuts for corporations again, right? So if they coalesce around him, and it looks like, look, I've pounded this guy for 3 months, and he's not going away, and I don't want to do damage. No, mission number 1 is beat Trump. Beat Trump, beat Trump, beat Trump. So we're gonna do that together. If it's not working and it's not going in that direction, we're not gonna do that, okay? We're gonna fight super hard against Trump.
Now, I doubt you've even thought about this, so let's get ahead of ourselves a little bit. Reaper Dragon wants to know, if you were to win the nomination, would you consider Marianne as a running mate? And if not, who would you consider, Cenk 2024?
Yeah, so no, I don't. I haven't picked a vice presidential candidate, but bless your heart for asking. Okay, so Marianne's wonderful, but guys, let's whisper of a dream. There are an amazing number of progressives in this country. Okay, sure, vice president, but think of Secretary of Labor, think of Secretary of the Treasury, think of the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense. being progressives. I know I'm driving away establishment people. They're like, oh my God, they would do good in this country. They were trying to help real people. Don't do that. That's what my guess is what the mainstream media will say. But I will give you the most spectacular cabinet you have ever seen. JankForAmerica.com.
Solo6, who resubscribed for 28 months. Thank you for that. Thank God someone is running for president that actually cares about the American people and not the American corporations. So you are getting a lot of support from our audience, but Galfar71 says, why would someone vote for you when you are already saying you aren't in it to win it?
No, I'm in it to win it, brother. So thank you for the question. So listen, there's layers to this, right? Layer number one is Biden's gonna lose. We need as many people in this race as possible. So now if I was a normal politician, I would say, no, I don't want other people in the race. It's about me. That's how almost all politicians think, right? No, I'm telling you guys, I'm a proxy. Let's go, let's get everybody in here. Now, does that mean I'm gonna leave when they get out? No, when they get in, I'm gonna kick their ass. And if I don't, and you pick one of them, great, no problem. I believe in democracy, I believe in primaries. But I also believe that I make a way better case for the Democratic Party than any of those guys do. Do any of those guys fight for you like I fight for you? Are they gonna support the most popular policies and then tell you how they're gonna do it? I mean, we got paid family leave at 84%. So if you can't do that, you're saying I'm an incompetent party or I don't want to do that. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. First thing I'm gonna do is not pass the laws. I'm gonna do the thing that's gonna help pass the laws. I'm gonna call Chuck Schumer and say, you better fire that parliamentarian. If he or she is not fired by the end of the day, you're gonna have giant trouble. Again, people on TV will go, oh, you can't do that. That is not polite. No, there ain't gonna be no filibuster. I'm either gonna break those senators or they're gonna break me, but we're gonna end that filibuster. I mean, if a guy like me wins, that means we got a Democratic House, we got a Democratic Senate, and we're gonna pass these damn laws. We're gonna pass them, and there ain't nothing in the world that can stop me. So look, guys, the one thing that if you watch Young Turks, but even if you don't, you know, is that I'm relentless. And okay, I get knocked down all the time. It's not that I have an endless string of victories, but have I done things when people thought it wasn't possible? So when I started this, we started in my living room. And if I told people then we're gonna get 5 billion views a year, they would have laughed their ass off. They would have said, that's impossible. If I said to them, we're gonna be the #1 online news show, they would have said that's impossible. If I said to them, I'm going to win an award for the best host on the entire internet, they would have said, this guy's lost his mind. If I said to them, I'm not gonna work for Dan Rather, Dan Rather's gonna work for me. So you gotta lock this guy up. How many impossible things do I have to do before maybe people begin to think, maybe it's not impossible? And you know what my magic trick is? You guys. So I'll give you one last example, but I'll give you dozens.
You gotta be fast.
Okay, MSNBC. When I announced my nomination for being a host on MSNBC, my agent said it was so embarrassing he wanted to leave me. I eventually fired him. But we got that because of you guys. There isn't anything that we can't do together. JankForAmerica.com. Watch us. Watch what we do next.